Hi, Andrea, Certified Wellness Coach to the International Association of Wellness Professionals. And what I want to address with you today and bring up with you is this idea of the mind-body connection. It's not something that everybody really talks about or even acknowledges, but more and more is coming to the forefront of health, of identifying and truly understanding that when we take care of our mental health, we automatically take care of our physical health. As much as when we take care of our physical health, we actually take care of our mental health. It's all linked and it's all related. But what I want to talk about is that mind-body connection when your body's telling you something's wrong. Not all the time when we get these physical symptoms of headaches and stomach aches and back pain and tension, right? Where you get really tense shoulders and muscle spasms. A lot of times those aren't a physical causation. A lot of times they're actually caused by something else going on in our life. Something that's mentally getting to us. Something that has triggered our brain into fight and flight. That has triggered our mind into fight and flight. So what happens is we go into stress response. What happens is our body releases cortisol. And what happens is when we can't get rid of that cortisol, it gets stuck in our body. And it gets stuck in our muscles. And it kind of floods our body, and it's not good for us. The problem with persistent stress, the problem with persistent worry and long-term worry and things like that is eventually they can lead to real medical ailments. They can lead to ulcers. They can lead to migraines that we can't get rid of, right? So it's something that we really want to identify and work with and understand, because when you're able to listen to your body, you're able to be mindful and present and help it through the situation. You're able to identify what's going on so then you can move out of it, preventing it from becoming something worse. Okay, so follow me for a second. One of the first questions you, of course, want to ask yourself is, what's the symptom that I'm identifying or I'm feeling? Okay, so for example, I have been getting muscle spasms in my lower back for weeks now. And I'm not sure why. It's never happened before, but it's really bad. And I think I'm going to go to the doctor for it. Okay, we've identified our symptom. We've had these really bad lower back muscle spasms. The next question to ask yourself is, when they started, what else was going on in life? What's still going on in life that may be out of the normal? Is work more stressful than usual? Has something changed? Have you transitioned? What's happened that maybe has caused your body to go into a stress response that it hasn't been able to get out of yet? So often we actually get into a stress response without even knowing it, because it's a gradual movement, right? It's not a shock to the system, but something has changed, something's become more stressful, and as it's gone greater and greater over time, your body just kind of adjusts to it, but it never actually leaves the stress response. And so you get these physical symptoms instead that are stress related. So figure out when those symptoms started and if they started around the same time. Now, a lot of the times, if they've been present long enough, you will need to see your primary care physician or a doctor of some sort, because it may have damaged your body. And that happens more often than we want to admit. When there's too much cortisol in your body and it cannot be gotten rid of because you haven't been able to stop stressing, your body hasn't been able to rest for long enough, and then eventually it can damage the body. A stomach ulcer is the perfect example of the stress response damaging a body. So eventually, sometimes if it's left alone for too long, you're going to have to seek medical attention. But let's see if we can start to listen to our bodies before it comes to medical attention. And when we start to feel those pains and we start to feel that uncomfortableness, we can sit We can identify and we can figure out what we're going to do next. We can journal it out. We can talk it out. We can make a list of things that we're going to do to make whatever it is simpler. But what we need to do is we need to start listening to our bodies, asking ourselves, what's the symptom? What's going on in life? And how can I change it? If you're more curious about other holistic ways to bring health into your life, to identify mental health and physical health and that mind-body connection, go ahead and check out the links below this video for more resources at your fingertips. And please pass this video along to anybody else you think might benefit.